I'm gonna record this part talking about what happened in singles on Saturday. So, and why I said I'll never do singles again, which I'm gonna be back tracking, by the way. So Saturday I walk in. Thursday, I'm already starting to get like voices in my head where it's telling me don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. I knew I was burnt. We went to 5 tournaments in the past 5 weeks. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. I'm pushing them aside. This is a marathon. We promise 6 months every tournament. So I whatever, ignore. And then on the way there, like we were all driving. We were me, Bowser TNT, Nightfall, Soar, Vic. And on the way there, I remember physically like it came out of my mouth saying like I might DQ. And I don't really want to play. And already my body was like rejecting the idea of doing singles. So I thought, and it was like messing with my anxiety the entire time we were driving and getting there. So I was already so ramped up and so anxious about singles. And I think I completely lost track of why we're doing this marathon again. And I got there and I was too busy like, how am I going to set up Brawl? Because there was no setups. How am I going to do this? And I did doubles with Bowser. I was very busy. So I didn't really like pay too much attention. And the next thing you know, I was called for singles. Already within the first set, I was like, I should DQ. Because I played Kookaburra. He beat me last time we played. And I won 2-0. It went well. And, like, I should have felt good because, you know, when you win, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to keep playing, right? Like, oh my God, now like, my ego is up, right? But like, I didn't feel good. I was like, ooh, I don't think I want to play. And I kept playing. And then I made it out of pools because I was like, oh, well, now I can't quit because it looks bad. So I kept playing. And then round 1 out of bracket, I was already so stressed out because I was trying to figure out how Brawl was going to work. The monitor wasn't working. The stream wasn't working. Like, things were just so disorganized. So I was just like, oh my God, like I need to do this. But I kept playing. And then I played Gay Ball, and I've always beaten him. He has worked so tremendously hard at trying to figure out the Sonic matchup, me specifically, with Ken. Then he goes Ryu, takes the set. I died at 40 at the last game. It was a great set. He played fantastic. I could have played better. But again, I'm in my head the entire time. Wasn't upset about the loss, was upset about how I was in my head, basically feeling like I'm being drowned in this necessity of I need to play for the marathon. So he wins. I give him the fist bump, and I felt bad because I think you could tell in my face I was not happy. And I already apologized to him, but I just didn't feel great. I didn't say anything or do anything bad. I felt like I wasn't myself. I felt like I wasn't me anymore because I wasn't being true to myself. And then I went to play my next set, bored out of my mind, was very mindless. I had to play a Roy. And let me tell you, it was the most painful, I think, 30 minutes of my life. First, I didn't even realize people were watching in the back, so I feel even worse when I reacted the way I did. But I was so focused on the idea of I don't want to play anymore, I'm not having fun, than actually the marathon. And what happened was I'm playing Roy, Sonic's quote-unquote hard matchup, and I'm just like, just make this over. I lose game 1. Yeah, I lose game 1, win game 2, game 3. I'm like, it's fucking not over. I'm like trying to breathe at this point. I felt really sick. My stomach was so full of anxiety. And I just like got to, he was 2 stocks up. So he was winning. And I'm not like this, but this isn't the first time I've done this lately, where like I did this to my brother just a few months ago, but he got 2 stocks up and I gave up. Like, I don't give up, but I gave up. I literally was like, I just want this to be over. So I unplugged, gave him the fist bump, and said, I'm sorry, I don't want to play anymore. Good games. I'm sorry. And I walked off. And the guilt from that impulsiveness, just like, but I could breathe. Like, as soon as it was over, this like rush of like air came back to my lungs. And I was like, oh my God, I could breathe again. So I went outside, like Nightfall and Bowser saw how like I really wasn't present. I was running Brawl. I went right back to Brawl. I had to keep running Brawl. And Nightfall and Bowser, it was Nightfall specifically who said like, okay, take like, hey, why don't you go outside and take a minute to just breathe and collect your thoughts? Because again, it's not because I lost that I felt the way I did. It's losing because of the way, like it's, I lost because of the way I felt because I lost. Does that make sense? And I'm going to talk about that. So I'm talking to Lewis, right? And Lewis is talking, and my mom too. My mom also called me. She wasn't there, but we called. And she was talking to me about like just how this game, and she's always said this, like this game, specifically Ultimate, I don't know if it's the speed or what, has always like killed me. Like I would like, it checks me out mentally. It brings back the old me that I don't like from like when I'm a teenager. And yeah, the anxiety that I get is just insane. So she was already just like, yo, you have to stop playing this game. You have to stop. And then I spoke to Lewis, and Lewis on the phone with me was talking about how you don't like Ultimate. Like, you're competing in every other game, Smash-wise, single, so just focus on that. And to me at the time, it made sense. Like, it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I'm competing in everything. So why am I forcing myself? So other people are agreeing, whatever. And except for two people. I could tell that, like, online Twitter, Moth was like, let's talk about this, which we haven't yet. Bad timing, Spyro, but thank you so much.
Titan Dam Super Spyro 1795 just subscribed for 39 months. Thank you so much. Blue heart emoji. 39 months, baby. Let's fucking go.
Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. Just hydrated. So, no, you good. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate you, bro. We're trying to get 200 subs for me to return back on Metafy professionally as a coach. So, hit me up. If we do reach it by SmashCon, I will provide free coaching session at SmashCon to celebrate. So, also Supernova. So then I got home and it was like 3 a.m, so I went to bed. Whatever. And then Kiwi wanted to have a call. My girlfriend knows me best out of anybody in the world, besides myself. And she's really fucking good at, and I guess that's what makes it a girlfriend, right? Like they know that part of you that nobody understands, right? That's just the whole point. And especially that she's studying psychology and all that. And obviously she's not a therapist yet, but it's like, you know, she understands some stuff and she knows me. Not only does she know me, but she knows Supergirl Kels. And she's watched every vlog and such. Like she's known my content for over a decade. And she knows my play over a decade. So something that stuck out to me is we talked about, where is this anxiety coming from? Where is this anger coming from that I've never had? And especially something that opened up the conversation that really stuck out to me, that made me listen, because my ADHD, you know, whatever. But something that made me listen and hyper-focus on her was when she said, Supergirl Kels, I've known her, like, not even Kelsey, but like Supergirl Kels, I've known her for over a decade. And something she's never done is give up. So why is she doing that? Even if I'm 4 stocks down, whatever it is, I've never given up. I've never quit. Retirement is different. I had different priorities. Smash is not my place of escape anymore. So then we got deep. Why am I giving up all of a sudden? And it goes back to multiple things. So we talked about back when I was competing. And I remembered, the grind, whether it's a job, whether it's a sport, whatever it is, when you are trying to get good at something, working out, I'm doing it right now, it's not fun. It's not supposed to be fun. And then, so I'm feeding this like coping lie to myself of just go have fun. Just go have fun. Play for fun. Go have fun. So then when I'm not having fun, I get mad. So that's one problem. The grind isn't fun. This marathon is about the grind to compete with the best. You hear what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be fun. I'm clocking on business. That's one. Then we talked about my self-worth. And I go back now to when I competed in 4 and Brawl, when I was a top player. Back in those days, I was incredibly depressed. And it didn't show because I was confident in what I knew I was good at, which was Smash, video. Like, I grew up super, like, in my teens, I was incredibly sick, depressed. I didn't really have, like, close friends. I was always alone in my bedroom on weekends, making a video or at a tournament. And that was always my happy place. I was bullied in high school. I didn't have good grades. I was finally good at something. And I felt appreciated for being good at something for the first time. I felt like people around the world were proud of me. And I never had that growing up. And I relied on that as my happy place. So now that retirement happened, I found my family, my friends. I'm closer with my dad. I'm like, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I am just, even if I don't have a job right now, I am in a very fucking content, happy place to the point where I am enough and I am validating myself and valuable for simply just existing. Like, that's my head right now. I am enough because I'm existing. And that was not the case back then. So when you're forcing yourself to play something that you would do because, one, it was fun, but something you got so good at back then for those reasons, it's hard to change your brain because it goes back to that. So when I was playing the sets, and every set, Gommel too, Gommel, I felt the same way. My brain went back and it was fighting with myself because I know my values now, but it was fighting my, let's call it Kid Kelsey, okay? Kid Kelsey, 16-year-old, 18-year-old Kelsey, was fighting with her because she was saying, if you don't win, you don't matter. People will not love you. Your results will affect how many people follow you, how many people love you, attention. You know what I mean? So this fucked me up. Like, I was a top 100 player of all time for Smash 4. And even in Ultimate, when I was competing, I wasn't getting the greatest results like back then, but I was still considered amongst the top players, even unranked, because I was respected and people knew I was good. So I lived on that hype. And then when I left my ex, when I got healthy, when everything good happened, I realized when I didn't need Smash anymore. I stepped down because it wasn't doing for me what it used to do for me. So I lost my sense of purpose to continue that game. So that brings me back to like, Supergirl Kels doesn't give up. I've never quit anything in my life. So why is this happening? Yeah, well, I need to find the control. Now that I am aware of this, I need to work on the rest of this marathon. Singles ultimate specifically needs to be a mental focus. Because when I am mentally great, I play great. And I've always told all my students as a coach, this video game, any competition, any sport, any job is 80% mental. If you are not mentally in it, you are not winning it. I've always said that. You've seen it where Spargo goes through a hard time, gets 33rd. You've seen it where, top players, etc. It's happened. And the pressure I was putting on myself and am putting on myself is incredibly destructive. So I need to continue this because, one, I made a fucking promise to you guys. You have given me, which is another issue. You guys paid me up front for this marathon. So I don't have a reward to look forward to. Do you know what I mean? I've already been given the reward. This is more ADHD. But like, I've already been given the reward. So I'm just kind of in this for 6 months. I need to have the reward of how mentally strong can I get in the 6 months? Yeah, looking for the dopamine, for sure. The rush, for sure. The serotonin, the boost, all of that. So I created a new goal of, can I train my brain to switch from the top player that was Supergirl Kels to the content creator who just wants and loves Smash Brothers, by the way, who loves Smash Brothers. And it's time I admit that. I love every single game. I just don't like Ultimate professionally, but that's my own issues. To just like building the content and getting as good as I can. It's the grind. And that's not the fun part. And that doesn't matter. The fun part, the reward, is when we're going to look back on this marathon and see how much we've improved and achieved as a community, right? I need to know, like, I'm gonna just read parts that I wrote here. So when I'm like, fuck Ultimate, I need to stop saying that. That's part one. I need to, if y'all ever catch me ever on Twitter, on stream, we're gonna actually, you know what? We're doing it right now. I am gonna make a new command. Okay? Okay. So I'm making a new command. ! Ultimate. Okay? So the problem was never ultimate. The problem was never ultimate. It was me. Yes, there's some bullshit. Yes, I can't cross up. Yes, I can move horizontally and vertically and not diagonally and go kill off the top like I used to. Yes, some of my, stuff isn't good. Yes, there's Steve. Yes, there's bullshit. Yes, Kazuya could zero death. Yes, Ryu can kill me at 40. But every Smash game has its bullshit. And that's what Kiwi was making me remember. The only reason why we're enjoying Brawl Smash 4 again is the nostalgia factor, and that the meta is the same, but no one's playing that meta because it's not as serious. Like if I played it professionally for a few weeks, I'm sure I'd say the same thing. So the problem is not Ultimate, it's me. It's the fact that Ultimate Singles brings me back to a time that I am not happy about internally and that I am so proud of results-wise. So I put the pressure on myself of, if I don't win first, I'm worth nothing, which is incredibly unhealthy. So that's that. I need to realize when I'm feeling like this at the tournament because that's how it's going to build. It started building before Gommel. It's why I lost at Gommel. I know that. And if Luke is in the chat, if Bowser's in the chat and they watched my sets, they know I was not playing right because something is happening in here which is affecting the game in there. So I need to address something is happening outside of the game. I also think I can't compete every week. And this isn't even like a Supergirl Kels issue. This has always been like a Smash issue. Something I was really proud of when I did compete professionally, way when I was healthy in Smash 4 and stuff, is I forced myself that, like, I had mono back then. So this was kind of forced on me, but then it became my routine where if I competed 1 week, I was not allowed to compete the following week. I like purposely gave myself a week not touching the game because then I would miss it. I would miss it. So that was a really good idea. I'm also going to grind. Something I've not taken seriously is the grind in this marathon. I've been kind of strolling in this marathon. Just like, okay, another tournament. I need to practice. Because not practicing as in getting good, that too, but the 80% of while I'm practicing, I need to be working on this. I need to be addressing and listening to my body and letting it out of when I'm raging of not raging. I don't rage, but like when I'm getting angry at myself of fuck this game, fuck this. The problem isn't that. There's something in here that needs to come out from my past. Oh, the garbage truck is coming. We're so back. Okay, so I need to practice. And I'm going to use the training schedule I had from 10 years ago. 2 to 3 hours bi-daily, just like a workout. Just like a workout. If I went to a tournament, that week I'm off. That week I'm off. This needs to be 80% mind. So something I need to tell myself is I'm proud of myself regardless. And of course, my favorite quote to remember, which is going to get tattooed on me, but never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. That's like more true to me than ever because I've never had this problem. I've always been known in Smash to have the greatest mentality. And unfortunately, with my previous relationship, my health declining, when I got surgery, when I retired, I was in a very dark place when I retired and was headed to a place of no return. And I think that traumatized me in a way that has prevented and has made me stop my true confidence coming back out. I think Supergirl Kels is locked up in there somewhere in that sense, confidence-wise. And I need to find her again. I need to also be okay with the fact that Smash is not my happy place anymore. It's not the place I escape to. My friends, my family, my cats, my games at home, traveling the world for fun, that's my happy place. Music. I have different forms of happy place now. So that's something to keep in mind. And then finally, I'm not going to tournaments to escape anymore, but I am going to tournaments to celebrate myself. I think that's a good way to say it. So we got 2.5 months left. Let's try this again.